Good morning. Today was just one of those amazing mornings to wake up to. The sun was shining, the weather is beautiful, we're in nature, and then we got to hear the most amazing news right on the morning that Israel daringly rescued the hostage Farhan al-Qadi, a Bedouin who's 52 years old, the father of 11 children. And it made me think, I'm blessed with 10 children, and here we heard this miraculous story of a man who was rescued by Israel, who was held hostage for over 330 days. And you watch the videos that were released, the videos of the helicopter landing to get him, the videos of him speaking to the soldiers who rescued him moments after. But the most moving video is as he comes to Soroka Hospital, and you see his brothers running to the front where he's going to be so they can meet him, and the joy. And as one of the brothers say, it's greater than giving birth to a child. You're receiving new life that you've been waiting for so long. Imagine how his kids feel. And to see the first picture that they put out of him in Soroka Hospital, here you see this Bedouin Muslim surrounded by a brother of his who is fully Sunni Muslim, surrounded by their doctor, who's an observant Jew with a kippah, an Israeli, after being held captive for over 300 days by Sunni Muslims. And then they talk about apartheid. Israel, the only country in the world that the entire Jewish people are celebrating the release of a Bedouin Muslim because he's one of ours. He's an Israeli, and we love life. We love people. And we're not sure yet what's going on, but something is going on because this operation is under gag order, and it seems that it's still in the middle. There are soldiers in the tunnels where they found him. Maybe there's more people there. Maybe they're finding something else. We don't know. But there's something intensely, hopefully good going on. And we're praying that God should give us more good news, more released hostages, and be able to reunite all 108 hostages who are left in Gaza with their family. But it made me think of this week's Torah portion. You think about the daring rescue. You watch that helicopter landing. First they throw like this smoke detector so the helicopter should know where they are. You see the 10 soldiers on the ground with the 2 trucks. You see the hostage. And then you watch the helicopter land. They walk into the helicopter and then the helicopter leaves. You see the joy in these soldiers risking their life to save one person. And it's interesting because this week's Torah portion begins with the Torah's verse. Re'eh, God says, see, I put before you es habracha ve'es haklala, the blessing and the curse. And of course, God says the blessing is if you choose the Torah, etc. And the curse is if you will choose the opposite. But the question is, just earlier, in the beginning of Deuteronomy, Moses says, see, I put before you es hachayim, the life, ve'es hamavis, and the death. Life and blessing and death. Excuse me, he says es hachayim, es hatoiv, the life and the good, ve'es hamavis, ve'es hara, and the death and that which is bad. So what's Moses repeating himself here and saying, hey, see, I put in front of you the blessing and the curse. He already told us, see, I put in front of you life and good and death and bad. And I think what maybe Moses is insinuating and telling the Jewish people is like this. Earlier, what Moses was telling us, Chaim, cherishing life, cherishing the time God gave us on the earth, every moment to do positive, to do good, to be kind, to be caring, that's good. Mavis, to live to kill, to live to hurt, to live to maim, to live to injure, is ra. It's evil. And what Moses tells us in the beginning of this portion is see. You should understand and see that if you're able to see what I told you, if you notice that life is good and that death and wanting death is bad, then you'll have the blessing. But if you don't notice it, and you might think that killing, that maiming, that suicide bombs, that injuring, that hurting, if you might think that that's good, then you will receive the curse. Israel, since its inception, has valued and cherished as a chayim, the life, knowing that it's good, it's toiv. God gives life, and it's our responsibility to cherish it. Hamas and the terrorists and all those that want to annihilate Israel, they've constantly lived with the motto of killing, of suicide bombings, of death. And what God says is that ultimately, the bracha, the blessing, are for those that choose life. The bracha is for those who choose good. And the curse will come to those who choose death. Today we saw again, in unequivocal ways, how much Israel cherishes life, the life of every human being, Muslim, Christian, or Jew, Israeli or non-Israeli, Bedouin, Arab, whatever it may be. We cherish life and we want to protect it. And Hamas once again has shown that they cherish death and hate. Even in defeat, they lied and they said that, oh, we let him go because we found out he's a Muslim. Really? After 300 days he found out he's a Muslim? They can't even admit that Israel rescued a hostage who was a Muslim, their own brother, who they kept in captivity in a tunnel, in a dungeon, for over 300 days. Let us be proud of our heritage, of choosing life, of loving life, of seeing the good in it. Let us hold our heads up high, even with all those haters, even with all those who constantly criticize us, because we know the truth is with us, and we know that ultimately, as Moses says in the beginning of the parasha, God puts in front of us the blessing and the curse. We chose blessing, we chose life, we chose joy, we choose it again and again, and we will be blessed with good, no matter what those around us might say. God bless you, and have an awesome day.